Hello, this is John Walter with Southeast Advocate. I'm a lawyer licensed in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, and I make these videos as an effort to try and educate people of the rights that they have and to try to prevent injustice. There's certain times when you know for certain that you have a legal claim. You may be injured, someone may have been wrongfully killed, but there's other times where it is less apparent. The harm may be latent. For example, sometimes people are exposed to toxic chemicals that do not cause cancer for years. And there's other times where you have a daily frustration that you know is wrong, you know it's immoral, but you may not know that you have a legal claim. And that is one of the types of claims that we want to talk about today. And in particular, it's wage and hour violations. So this is when people are literally having money and time stolen from them by their employers. Many people see it as a frustration, something that they get aggravated about, but they do not know that there's a federal statute that allows them to not only recover the money that is owed to them, that their employer has stolen from them, and also have the employer pay their attorney fees. So this is a personal topic because my family has experienced it firsthand. My wife is an amazing mother and amazing wife, and she, on top of that, is an amazing physical therapist. And when we were first married, living in Miami, Florida at the time, she was working at a hospital as a physical therapist. I was just starting my career as a lawyer, and we would share the same car. I would drop her off at the hospital, go to work, and then pick her up from the hospital. We would head home, worked really close to each other. And every day I would get to the hospital and she'd be staying late working on her documentation. And there was a lot of pressure from the management to make sure that the workers were not clocking in more than 8 hours a day, more than 40 hours a week, because as many people know, you're supposed to be paid time and a half if you work for more than 40 hours a week. And so she would be, not chastised, but just regular reminders, is discouraged, strongly discouraged to work more than 40 hours in a week. But at the same time, it was impossible for her to complete all of her assigned tasks within the 40 hours. So what she would do is she would see all of her patients up front, and then at the end of the day, she would clock out and then stay at work between 30 minutes to an hour every single day, 5 days a week, not getting paid, doing documentation. So here's my wife who has a PhD in physical therapy. She had a husband who was a lawyer, and neither of us were aware that what was happening to her was illegal, that it was a violation of federal law, that she had a statute that was put in by Congress, signed by the president, that said that if they did this, that if an employer did this to them, you have a strong legal recourse. So it went unresolved. We just saw it as a frustration that she dealt with. And, this wasn't a topic that I studied in law school. I never took a course on that topic. And at the time, I was not practicing law in this area. And it wasn't until years later, after we had moved back to Alabama from Florida, that we were talking with somebody who helped us understand what was happening was wrong and that she was entitled to compensation. So I want to really encourage everybody that if you are experiencing something like this, it may be a different circumstance. Maybe, you're required to put on a uniform at work, or, get prepared in some manner prior to clocking in, or you're required to perform some tasks after you clock out. That's illegal. Your boss is stealing from you. You're already committing yourself to serve this person. We are called to serve people through our work, and work is important. I love work, and we need to wholeheartedly work for the people that we have the honor to work for. But they owe you the simple dignity of not stealing from you. They can't steal from you, right? You are you have a very short time here on earth, and you are taking the time to, instead of being with your friends or family or working on your health, whatever it may be, you are serving this person or this company, and they are taking absolute advantage of you if they are asking you to do tasks for which you are not compensated. And so I just want to encourage you to really muster up the confidence to look into this issue and to even take action. If your a big concern many people have is that if they file a lawsuit against their boss, they will be retaliated against. And there's a federal law that prevents that. They cannot retaliate against you. If they do, then it will open a bigger can of worms for them. But in reality, yeah, you sue your boss, there's going to be tension, of course. But guess what? They're the ones stealing from you. Your boss is stealing your money and you're afraid to take an action because it might make things tense. Shouldn't it already be tense if they are stealing from you? I think it is a more tense-inducing act to take money and time from people illegally than to gently and kindly and respectfully and matter-of-factly inform them, hey, sorry, what you're doing is wrong. Can you please stop? And if they continue, to make them stop. Because it's not just happening to you, it's happening to your coworkers also. You see a snake out in the woods, it's not the only snake out there. It's got siblings. And I'm telling you, so anyways, thank you for listening and just allowing me to rant for a little bit. It's a passionate topic for me because of my own family's experience. If you believe this has happened to you and you want a lawyer to just kind of talk it through, I reserve time on my calendar for this type of thing. There's a link you can click on in the description that will just take you straight to a page where you can schedule time on my calendar that I've already set aside for this purpose. So feel free to at your convenience. Anyways, hope you're doing well and keep an eye out for these videos. I try to post them 5 days a week.